Hi, this is Dr. Dukes with Body in Motion. This month we're talking about sports and particularly their effects on the lower back. So I'm holding a golf club. We're talking about golf today. So at the end of the day, there's two types of golfers that I know. There's the type that are there early so that they can warm up and do all their chips and putts, and that's great. This will still help them. And then the second one is the person racing to the tee box that might barely tie their shoes before they're teeing off. This will help them as well. So I'm going to prioritize the things that I would have people do if they had a little bit more time. So bang for the buck, if we can loosen up the hips from your workday before you get on that course, and odds are you've been in your car to drive to that course, we want to loosen up the hips, because if we get the hips to do something, odds are your lower back's going to be happier, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is the foot positions that I'm going to have you practice your swings, right? So we'll talk about this bottom one as your basic normal address position, right? So then we'll go to wide, and then we'll go to narrow. These are all positions that you find your feet in at different points in golf. Sometimes your feet are narrow, sometimes they're wide just because of the stance. Now here, these two will really help your lower back. This is shoulder width with your feet turned in, and then shoulder width with your feet turned out. So this is going to help you to loosen up your hips in different ways. So I always encourage people to swing their club in maybe 3 or 4 swings. You can hit balls or you don't have to, but take like a middle iron, like a 7-iron, and just nick the ground, right? So you don't actually have to swing if you don't, or I'm not going to swing in this video, but you don't have to hit a ball is what I'm saying. So you want to do 3 to 4 swings at each foot position, then go back to your normal address. And what you're going to find is you're going to have loosened up your hips to the point where when you clean through that ball after you've gone through it, you have way more rotation out of your hips, and your lower back doesn't have to do the work that your hip wouldn't, right? That's how usually people get angry or their backs get in pain with golf, is they go to hit that ball and their hip stops there, and then they just wind their lower back up to do it instead of getting their hips to do it. And our hips are our most powerful thing. So what you're talking about is becoming an arm swinger versus using your power, right? So we want to transfer all that power from your feet all the way up to your hands. But then we get in trouble because of the rotational movement that our hips don't do when we're at work. Okay, so that's a really big one. Then the other one that I really like for to activate a little bit more is to add a little bit more of a thoracic spine play to this. So we'd bring one leg up and twist, and then the other. If your balance is rough, you could be here. So this gets the thoracic spine involved. And so if we just took those 2 things before you went to go golf, you're going to have a better day because you're going to be in less pain. If you like what you saw out of this video and you want more, or you're having some issues with your back with golf, feel free to schedule a discovery call or book an appointment. We've got all kinds of exercises to help.